constituency election results tomorrow. Meanwhile, the NPP has expressed optimism at emerging victorious tomorrow as it says the EC's response in court vindicates the party's position.
They have already administratively declared those results as illegal, and the Electoral Commission is doing it well. So this argument that they declared results is neither here nor there. However, we have firm belief that in the end we will be victorious.
Still in the headlines, political scientist Dr. Issa Asante describes as legitimate concerns national awards in recent times have been watered down as he questions basis upon which individuals awarded were selected.
So those that we are giving awards to, we want to look at each of them and the contribution they brought to the government and for that matter the state in their various ministries and whatever. So that should be the focus.
Also, MP for Clote Kole urges NDC members to uphold democratic values and condemn power abuse as the party commemorates the 31st December revolution.
People must be held accountable for what they do. And those who do the right thing must be recognized for doing the right thing. It's time we celebrated our heroes for doing the right thing and shaming those who use their positions to destroy and use their incumbency to amass wealth at the expense of the people of this country.
And later in the bulletin, Ghana Airports Company Limited hits back at McDan Aviation, revealing the company has only paid 2 million cedis out of the over $3.9 million debt owed. We have details of these and more coming up shortly. Do stay.
Starr News is coming to you live on Ultimate 106.9 FM in Kumasi, Empire 102.7 FM in Takrady, Zeps 95.9 FM in Zebila, Nissim 100.1 FM in Lamshao, MyStar Radio in the USA. Also live on Facebook on Starr 103.5 FM and on starfm.com.gh around the world. This is Starr 103.5 FM. Starr News. Informed, in depth, in touch.
Now the news in details. Now, scores of NPP supporters in high spirits as the High Court in Accra, presided over by Justice Fosenbai Ejapon, has adjourned ruling on the preliminary legal objection against the NPP parliamentary candidate's mandamus application to tomorrow, that's January 1st, 2025. 4 parliamentary candidates of the National Democratic Congress, that's the NDC, involved in the disputed constituency election results yesterday, filed their respective processes to counter the mandamus applications at the High Court. The 4, Ebi Bright of Tema Central, Baba Sadiq of Okaikwe Central, and Irabna Obin of Ablekuma North, and Christopher Bayiret of Techiman Central, argued the courts to dismiss the mandamus applications from their new patriotic party's counterparts. Presenting their case earlier today, lawyer for the 4, Edu Tamakulu, accused the NPP of disguising an election petition disguised as a mandamus. Let's go over to the phone and speak to EIB legal correspondent Mutalai Nusa on what has transpired in court this morning.
Araba, if you can hear me, the High Court in Accra has spoken. And the court has spoken in the sense that the parties will have to come back tomorrow, the first day of January 2025. And the reason why they have to come back tomorrow is that lawyers of the National Democratic Congress parliamentary candidate, the 4 of them representing Tema Central, Ablekuma Central, Ablekuma North, I beg your pardon, Okaikwe Central, then Techiman South, may raise a preliminary legal objection to the application seeking to compel the Electoral Commission to collate and declare results in those constituencies. What the content or the argument was to the effect that if you look at the nature of the application that was brought to the court. It is not a proper application for the court to deal with. What they think is that, or what they describe the application is that it is an election petition in disguise. And if you are mounting an election petition to a result, you do not come to court by way of a mandamus application. In effect, what they are contending was to the effect that the elections as conducted in these constituencies were clearly collated and declared, and their candidates have duly won the election. So if they have any issues with the election, they have to mount an election petition and not to come by way of a mandamus application, asking the EC to go and do a recollation of a sort. So they describe that as an election petition in disguise and urge the court to dismiss it because they are, as it were, abusing the processes of the court. Counsel for the applicant representing the NPP side, Gary Limaco, raised the point that as at this particular point in time that the parties are in court, there is no official result declared by the Electoral Commission, let alone they having an issue with it that they have to come to court by way of an election petition. So the court cannot, there is no results to challenge in the first place, and the proper application or the proper process to initiate in court is to compel the Electoral Commission and its officers to conform or perform their lawful or constitutional duty by way of urging them to go and complete the process, go and collect and declare the results. The Electoral Commission, also represented by Justin Amenevo, also raised an interesting point to view the court attention to the fact that at this particular point in time, in respect of the preliminary legal objection challenging the application before the court, this question is that, is there any resource that the court can look up to and say that, yeah, they have been a result, so the issue of a mandamus application is not proper? The court listened to them, and in respect of all the four constituencies, these submissions affect all of them. So Justice Forsen Ba Ejepon has fixed tomorrow 10 a.m. to be able to make a ruling, and however, the determination will depend whether the court will proceed to deal with the issue of mandamus or it will end. If the court agrees with the NDC submission, then it means that the application for mandamus will not be heard at all. It will terminate at that point. But if the court disagrees with the submissions made by the NDC's lawyers, then it means the court will proceed now to deal with the issue of mandamus, which is seeking to compel the EC to go and collect and declare results. Of course, after the court sitting, we've been interacting with the majority side of the MP or the MPP side led by Alexander Afenyo-Markins, who was in court and said, look, as we speak, there's no results. That will mean that we have to come to court for an election petition. All that we know is that there has been an issue and we want to compel the EC to go and collect and declare the results so we know the winner. Let's take a listen to Alexander Afenyo-Markins.
We have every patience for the law. A court process may be slow, but with surety you will get the results when you know you're on firm grounds. What it is about this, simply put, the Electoral Commission itself has stated with emphasis that there is no such thing as a declaration of results in Okaipe Central, Ablekuma North, and Tema Central, as well as Domuka Benya. So they have already administratively declared those results as illegal, and the Electoral Commission is doing it right. So this argument that they are declared results is neither here nor there. However, we have firm belief that in the end we will be victorious. There's no rush. We are following due process. You realize that initially they were on the path of violence. At least we've managed to bring them to the courtroom. We have managed to bring them to civility. We have managed to get them to abide by the rule of law. So that is our joy. This is MPP. We believe in the rule of law. We stand for the right thing being done. So we are not worried at all. Tomorrow, first, the court will determine the preliminary objection they raised regarding our application. Then we'll take the next step.
That was Fenyo Markin of the NPP, that's the majority leader. But Mutala, we understand that the NDC has been speaking. Of course, we know that the Deputy Secretary of the NDC, that's in the person of Barbara Samoa, making some pronouncement. What can you say? What did she actually say there?
Yes, in respect of her response, Barbara Samoa has been saying that, look, the processes that they have seen in court, it makes them believe that whatever has happened on the field for them, it is clear declaration in their favor, and their request tomorrow must be granted by the court by way of the objection that their lawyers have raised. We can take a listen to her.
Normally, it is the Electoral Commission Commissioner herself, Madame Jane Mensah, in 2020, when we asked for recollation in the Techiman South case, she replied to us saying that once elections have been declared, the only option is for you to go to court on petition, to petition the court, for the court to go into the matter. And so why is it like now, a declaration has been, the declaration was not done by NDC, the declaration was done by the Electoral Commissioner itself, the one mandated to do the declaration. Who did it? And so why is it that now that a declaration has been done by the electoral officer, the same Electoral Commissioner is hiding behind the NDC to go and pick one mandamus, to go and do recollation? My brother, have you ever heard of recollation in Ghana's election? Now tomorrow the court is making a determination on their preliminary legal objection. What do you expect? And we expect that the court will do the right thing, that those who are aggrieved should go to court by a way of petition, not recollation. Recollation is a foreign language. There is nothing like that in our electoral. And the Electoral Commissioner herself, Madame Jane Mensah, was the one who officially wrote to us and told us that there is nothing like that in the laws of Ghana, so long as elections are possible. So today, she herself cannot turn around, go and hide behind NDC and seek for recollation. I know that the court will do the right thing. As a party going into 2025 or the eve of 2025, you are in court. What does it mean to the future? Have you forgotten 2008? The 1st of January in 2008, you were in court. So it's not a
but before you go, we heard the NPP supporters jubilating. What actually happened?
It was not in respect of the NPP supporters alone. Both sects, the NDC and the NPP, moment when the case was adjourned, all of them were showing who has a better song on the premises of the court. While the NPP side were singing their song, their party song, the NDC side were also responding in an equal manner. So it was an interesting turn of events at the premises of the court where both parties appeared at the court. The NDC side were singing their party songs. The NPP side were also singing their party songs. You could hear from the fact that the place was too noisy, so I had to even scream so loud I could even ask a question in relation to that. So the premises of the court was actually thrown into a fanfare in relation to that. And tomorrow, definitely, you expect that to continue because the court, the expectation will be higher, especially so from the side of the NDC, who are urging the court to dismiss or to throw that particular application's away.
Thank you very much, Mutala, for making time to speak with us. But let's still stay on the election-related issues as the disputed parliamentary elections and the National Democratic Congress has insisted that there would be no rerun of the Abokobi Women B polling station to determine the Member of Parliament for Dom Kwabeya. Speaking to Star News in court, Deputy Director of Elections of the NDC, Dr. Rashid Tanko Computer, insists the NDC candidate Faustina Akrugu would be announced winner.
Oh, we are currently over there at the EC. I'm going back there. We are insisting that the lady must be declared winner. She won fairly. The people voted for her. They counted. We have videos of the counting 1, 2, 3 up to MPP 114. They also counted up to 223 for the lady, Faustina. Okay, the video footage is that the returning officer was there doing the counting. If she inadvertently used a specimen pin sheet to enter the results, that doesn't invalidate the results. That's why it should not affect the voters and then the candidates. It's a figure and we have it. So finish.
If the EC is pushing, do you have any dates in mind
for the rerun.
Push in. How can they push on? This is a simple logic. You don't worry yourself about it. They should just declare the woman.
Okay.
That's what simple and short.
But the NPP is still confident that the rerun will happen, of which it will become victorious. Here is Director of Elections, Evans Nimakon, speaking.
The New Patriotic Party will go into that election and win for Mike Okwe to be made the Member of Parliament for Domeko Abenya. With respect to the strategy, we will not discuss, but I can assure you that the good people in that polling station will add to the votes of the New Patriotic Party to win the parliamentary seat.
However, Paul Starr and Executive Director of the Global Info Analytics, Musa Dankwa, has described the exercise as one in futility. According to him, the rerun will still result in the NDC candidates being declared winner. He spoke to Lanta Papanko on J today.
I mean, if you look at where they're saying that there should be a rerun in that polling station, NDC won that polling station on the night with almost 66% of the vote. So look, I think what AC was done is unthinkable, honestly speaking. I say the wrong form was used. That's the case for that constituency, a wrong form. Those who signed the forms were alive, they haven't died. And nobody had disputed those numbers. All they needed to do was to pick the right form, complete the forms again using those figures, and ask for re-signing. This is akin to costing financial loss to the state. It's just, I mean, it defies, it's mind-boggling, the approach there, because there was no act of illegality. Or is using the wrong form an act of illegality? No. So I don't know how they come to that conclusion, but only God knows.
Let's still stay in politics. Now, the Member of Parliament for Clote Kole, Dr. Zinato Ajiman Rawlings, is urging party members to uphold the democratic principles of the National Democratic Congress, that's the NDC, and to shame those who abuse power for personal gain. Speaking at the 43rd commemoration of the 31st December Revolution on the theme Victory 2024, Time to Reset Ghana to her deserved glory, the lawmaker called on Ghanaians to uphold leaders accountable in their pursuit of resetting the country.
We need to make sure that we have leadership with integrity from the top to the base. We must hold one another accountable. We must make sure that we reinstitute consequence management, which means that if we do so properly, this psyche that people have of impunity will finally be put to rest. People must be held accountable for what they do. And those who do the right thing must be recognized for doing the right thing. It's time we celebrated our heroes for doing the right thing and shaming those who use their positions to destroy and use their incumbency to amass wealth at the expense of the people of this country. The resources of this country are not meant for one family, one ethnic group, and definitely not for one party. The mandate that the people of Ghana have given us is a sacred one and a solemn one. We are at a dangerous crossroads, at a time in our history where we are surrounded by unrest, where we are surrounded by democratic reversals. We need to show that the path that we are on is the path of righteousness and the path towards a sustainable future where the integrity and dignity of all Ghanaians is assured. That is what the NDC represents, and that is what the people of Ghana are expecting of us. So wherever you find yourself, whether you're a member or a sympathizer or an executive of the NDC, your job now and for the next 4 years is to be the conscience of the people of Ghana, playing on the minds of your representatives in government as we get sworn into office on the 7th of January.
All right, you just heard lawmaker Dr. Zinato Rawlings speaking there, but let's now go on the phone lines and speak with my colleague Obed King Gaglo for more on this development. Now, Obed, if you can hear me, kindly let us know who and who, that's with the bigwigs of the NDC, who were there.
Right, so Araba, as you mentioned, daughter of former President Jerry John Rawlings was at the 43rd anniversary of the 31st December movement celebration of the NDC. Apart from Dr. Zinato Ajiman Rawlings, chairman of the NDC, Johnson Aidoo was also present. General Secretary of the party was also present. and other stalwarts of the NDC party. Now, remarkable among all these people who spoke was chairman of the party, Johnson Ketia, who apart from reminding members of the NDC about the ideals of the National Democratic Congress, that is accountability, integrity, he also wondered why yesterday the president decided to honor some appointees of government. He particularly singled out why the president honored Mavis Hawakumsin, who happens to be MP in the Central Region, who received the award. According to Johnson Ketia, that MP was known to be notorious of pulling guns and other notorious things that she did and doesn't deserve award. According to Johnson Ketia, such acts rather promote impunity in government. The General Secretary of the party also reminded party members to make sure that the power that they've gained do not slip from their hands, to ensure that they lead and serve Ghanaians with integrity. So that's what occurred here at the Nungwa Town Park at the 43rd anniversary of the 31st revolution of the NDC.
So what more can you report?
Apart from the speeches, when you show up here at the Nungwa Town Park, you see hundreds of NDC sympathizers, fishmongers, traders, farmers who showed up. Those who are in the NDC who understand what cadres are, these are men and women who sacrificed for the party. They showed up, mostly old men and women who showed up here to remember the sacrifices that the former president, J. John Rawlings, laid down for the party on the 31st of December some years ago. So that is generally the euphoria here at the Nungwa Town Park at the 43rd anniversary of the 31st December revolution of the NDC.
Thank you very much, Obed, for coming through with that report there. Now to some other stories. Political scientist Dr. Issa Asante has described as legitimate concerns the national awards and honors ceremony has been watered down in recent times. President Akufo-Addo yesterday honored some 81 persons, including leading members of his government, urging Ghanaians to draw inspirations from the achievements of their heroes. Speaking at the event held at the Accra International Conference Center, the president highlighted the significance of collective effort in achieving Ghana's development goals and encouraged them, that's the awardees, to continue serving as role models for others, inspiring the next generation to pursue excellence and service to the country. Here is a report by Starr News' Obed King Gaglo.
To our honorees, this is your day. Let this moment inspire you to continue making a difference. To the young people watching, let these stories ignite in you a desire to contribute to Ghana in your own unique way. To every Ghanaian, let this occasion remind us that our collective strength lies in celebrating and nurturing the very best among us.
Ghana's outgoing Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, during the award, was decorated by President Akufo-Addo with Ghana's highest honor, the Order of the Star of Ghana Officer Award.
Dedication to building a society rooted in integrity, inclusivity, and progress.
The news team also caught up with some awardees at the event.
The word to the Ghanaian is basically that we should just do our work. And once we do our work, it will show and the recognition will come. So if it's my turn today, I'm sure tomorrow it will be somebody's turn. But it just shows that hard work does pay. And it just shows us that we are a nation of gratitude. And of course, a nation that shows gratitude will always be a forward-looking nation.
I think it's all about being dedicated to your cause and serving the country to the best of your ability and from a very clean and clear conscience, and being dedicated to your God and country. I think that is all that it entails.
For the state to be able to recognize my contribution towards music and to the people of Ghana and things like that, and to the world as well, I think it's something that I have to cherish. And I cherish that, and I give thanks to the Most High.
Let's still stay a little further on this, because speaking on the Morning Star with Nade Detete, Dr. Asa Asante has questioned basis upon which individuals awarded were selected. He has urged governments to make public its criteria and contributions of the awardees.
The president gives award to deserving citizens, so it should not only be limited to ordinary Ghanaians. The people are in his government, and by his calculations, they excel, they perform so well. They are also deserving of awards. So once we place that in context, let's look at it. People are arguing whether the awards, we are watering down the awards or not. That point is legitimate in the sense that if we are looking at a situation where we are giving awards to people and we don't see that great contribution, then you have really watered down the award. So those that we are giving awards to, we want to look at each of them and the contribution they brought to the government and, for that matter, the state in their various ministries and whatever. So that should be the focus. If you say you're giving the vice president an award, what is it that he brought to the table? For which reason we need to celebrate him at the national level? And that same rod must be used for all those who received the award. I'm talking about the awardees. So that is the calculation. If they have not brought anything substantial, anything extraordinary, then it's amount to nothing. Look, it means that, look, you are just giving party boys some glory. But if it is award, well-instituted one, a committee must be set to look at the basis for the award and all that. So after going through all this, we need to have better and better particulars about the standard they use to give the award and what is it that they were able to contribute and all that.
And that was Dr. Asa Asante speaking there. But before we go, the Ghana Airports Company Limited has hit back at Magdan Aviation, revealing the company has only paid 2 million cedis out of the over $3.9 million owed them. Magdan Aviation has accused management of Ghana Airports Company Limited of acting in bad faith following the decision by the company to shut down its private jet terminal as a result of over $3 million debt. But while Magdan Aviation claims it has already begun processes of settling the debt, it insisted its debt was not up to $3 million. But the Ghana Airports Company Limited has responded, and my colleague Edem Kojo joins me in studio with a copy. So Edem, I know the Ghana Airports Company Limited has issued a press statement. What does it entail?
Limited conducts a regular debt collection exercise every month to recover debts owed the company and also round up debt collection for the year. The exercise involves a number of companies operating at Kotoka International Airport that have failed to honor their obligations. In the specific case of Magdan Company Limited, several letters were written to him and meetings were held to ensure the settlement of his outstanding debt as outlined in the table below. So rent and other fees for Terminal 1, $640,232.48. Block Factory off Spintex Road, $1,160,827.23. Airport Logistics Building off Spintex Road, $2,168,266.75. Courier Enclave, $8,140. Cargo Village offices, a dollar amount of $18,156 and a cedi amount of 13,523 Ghana cedi. So in total, the Ghana Airport Company says Magdan owes $3,995,622 and 13,523 Ghana cedis. Now it says additionally, Magdan is required to pay the Ghana Airport 15% share of the gross revenue as monthly revenue returns covering the period of September 2022 and November 2024, which is also outstanding. For the record, Magdan Company Limited paid 2 million Ghana cedis on Friday, December 24, 2024, out of the outstanding $3,995,000 and the Ghana cedi. It's also worthy to know that while Magdan intimates that some of the lands acquired from Ghana Airport Company Limited as far back as 2015 are under litigation, and therefore is requesting Ghana Airport Company Limited to hold on with the collection of payments, Magdan Company Limited has developed some lands with commercial buildings situated on it and benefiting from rental proceeds on the buildings or on the built properties without paying ground rent to Ghana Airport Company Limited. Prior suggested payment plans from Magdan Company Limited, which were presented as far back as 2020, was defaulted. Therefore, it is our position to demand full payment of money orders. 4 other companies operating at Kotoka International Airport were closed for non-payment of their debt to Ghana Airport Company Limited. We will continue to pursue all our debts, while we have always done throughout the years, to retrieve monies owed the Ghana Airport Company Limited. So, Araba, this is what the Ghana Airport is saying, that yes, indeed, Magdan only paid $2 million out of the over $3.9 million owed them, and they'll go to great lengths to get back their money.
All right, thank you very much, Edem Kojo, for bringing us the press statement from the Ghana Airport Company Limited. Okay, so this is where we'll end the Starr Midday News here. Let's listen